everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 video. And as you can tell by today's title, I am building a skylight, I guess, in one of my builds for the first time. Obviously, I got a comment like ages ago, I can't remember which build it was now, but a while ago, and it basically said, oh, I'd love to see you put in a skylight into one of your builds. And I thought, I kind of have been putting it off for a while, okay, because I don't know, I just always felt like it was going to be really complicated, and it kind of was, so like, it was a valid thought process to have. But yeah, this is my attempt at building with the skylight for the first time. I'm not gonna lie, we all know roofs are not my strong suit, and I'm gonna be brutally honest, I think I made it 100 times harder for myself because the kind of like the way the house looks is a weird shape, right? I don't know why I did it like that. The layout, that's the word I was trying to find. The layout, it was weird, so it kind of made the roof really hard, so I kind of had to adjust the layout a little bit as we went along. I was following a tutorial, by the way, like whilst actually I don't think I was at this point because I think I realised how to do it, but yeah, pretty much I was following a tutorial. I don't know, I think it looks pretty good. Let me know if you have any tips on making it look even better, maybe, because I still feel like I maybe could have made it look a little better, but yeah. Anyway, I feel like this was the best attempt that I'd ever done at making a skylight in a house and actually having it look pretty good. Yeah, so I think I ended up calling this house something like Sky House or something. I want to say I uploaded it on the gallery. Could be wrong. I really need to go through my gallery and work out what I have and haven't uploaded. I am normally pretty good at uploading it once I'm done, if I know I'm like recording it for YouTube, but I have a feeling I might have forgotten this one. Anyway, like I said, let me know, and also if you have any like roofing tips in general, please do let me know. We all know that part of this series is me trying to get better at building. Some of the houses, particularly the last couple ones that I've done, had been more so like in my comfort zone, so this was something that like I could do without going too far out my comfort zone basically. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. Like I said, did find it a little complicated, but I think we got there in the end. And yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, it is, by the way, if you actually are interested in the build, just to talk about it for a second, because that is kind of the point of the build video, isn't it? I think it was 2 bedrooms, and I think it came to about 30,000 simoleons, so not too badly priced. I think I also did an outside area as well, did I? I think I did. But yeah, 2 bedroom, and I kind of set it up for like a child and I guess parents, so I guess it could be quite a nice little family starter home-ish, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I think I just went wild on the packs. Obviously I don't have all the packs, so you'd have to go and have a look what packs I used, because I actually don't remember, guys. I think I used quite a few, so yeah. But anyway, yeah, like I said, let me know what you think of the house. Oh, I did end up changing the layout, because I thought the back actually looked better as the front, which is lovely. I'm glad I did that. Anyway, yeah, that is, I think that pretty much summarizes the build. Now let's just, I guess, do my general voiceover. If you've never listened to one of my voiceovers before, I do normally start with like the build, and then I maybe interject every now and then when I remember something about me building it. But for the most part, I do just ramble about life and whatever. So, oh, guys, I always try and film my voiceovers when it's like near the end of the week to try and make it kind of as up to date as possible. I always say this because sometimes I like film a voiceover and it could be a video that I'm uploading in like 2 weeks time, you know what I mean, and like a lot has happened in 2 weeks and whatever, particularly in the Sims community. So when I'm filming this, it's May the 2nd, so the new kits got released, and I've been watching some reviews this morning. I always do this. We all know, I mean, I literally just did a video about my opinion of the kits, so we all know what I think, but I did have a little look. to be honest with you, I'm not there was one pack, I think it was the kitchen clutter, that I was like kind of tempted with, but then I was like, Emma, you don't need it, and could probably get it from custom content if I really was desperate. But to be honest, like, I'm not a massive builder, as we all know, so for me, like, particularly the build mode decorative kits, like, I'm like, give or take, it's more the creative sim ones that I get interested in. But to be honest, I'm not too keen on this one, which is really sad, because yes, again, I've just done a video about The Sims 4 and the lack of options for elders within the game, and yet this whole pack is kind of designed for elders. So you would think I'm like prime demographic and would love it, but I don't know, it kind of just wasn't really my style. And I don't know whether it's like, maybe it's American, like more of an American clothing style. But to be honest, when I was looking at people's opinions, people were saying that were from America. They were also like, I keep saying America, United States, that, you know, it wasn't even like their sort of clothing. So I don't really know what demographic they went for. I have no idea. But yeah, I won't be getting them probably. Like I said, I just don't see the point, but that's just my opinion. I just think they're really expensive for what they are. I kind of wish EA did do more sales on kits, if I'm being brutally honest, because I do think if they were priced at like £2 or £3, I'd probably be more tempted. But I just feel like the actual content that you get for kits is normally not loads. But it was interesting with the kitchen clutter one specifically that, well, both of the build mode ones actually had functional objects, which I quite liked. Didn't really add anything in terms of gameplay, but you know, it's quite handy that that it's functional, I guess. But yeah, anyway, that's my little ramble about kits, and probably by the time this goes out there'll be more updates and announcements and whatever. But there you go, that's my little 2 cents about the kits, in case anybody cares, which you probably don't, let's be honest. But yeah, in terms of my life, it's been a really chaotic week this week for me for some reason. My life, I've tried to keep it pretty simple nowadays, pretty low-key. The weather's been really lovely in the UK this week, so I've been spending a lot of time out in the garden, a lot of time reading, and a lot of time going for some nice walks, and a lot of time setting off my bloody hay fever. Yeah, I'm one of those people that, like, I get hay fever some years, and then some years I don't really get it, which apparently it can depend anyway on, like, pollen and all the rest of it. But yeah, this year it kind of hit me with a vengeance, but apparently the weather is meant to change again, because this is the UK, so we can't have sun for too long, but the temperature is meant to go down, so I am sat here currently in shorts, but I don't think I will be, to be honest, tomorrow. And to be honest, my knees kind of feel cold. Is that a bit weird? Does anybody else, like, randomly? For me, it is my knees. My knees will weirdly get cold. So anyway, maybe I should put on some actual jogging bottoms or something. Who knows? Anyway, why am I doing the quintessential British thing of talking about weather? I don't know. I think it's because I was talking about how chaotic this week is. Yeah, I kind of feel like once we hit the spring/summer mark, everybody wants to hang out. Everybody's happy to like come and hang out and do things. I'm also at a really weird time where, like, my friends are wrapping up with, like, uni, so a lot of them are, like, finishing dissertations and finishing uni, which is really exciting. Whereas, you know, I've been in there and kind of done that, but equally I've been trying to give my friends a little bit of time, I guess, a little bit of space, because I know how stressful that is. And yeah, reaching out to them to let them know I'm here for them, but we'll talk more once they're done, which is really cool and really exciting. Love that they're nearly done. It's fun. Anyway, I've got a couple of exciting things myself going on, which I don't really want to talk about because I get scared about jinxing things. But if it goes well, it might mean that I have to change my schedule a little bit, because 3 videos a week at the minute is kind of easy for me to maintain. I pre-record most of the time, a lot of the time in advance. So I'm normally about a week ahead, generally. With my schedule, But yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep up with the 3 videos a week, because I haven't promoted this yet on my channel, but I do also have a second channel, so I try and do 1 video on there every week, so it's like technically 4 videos I'm trying to pump out a week, and something's gonna have to drop at some point, so it could be that I end up doing 2 videos versus 3, but honestly, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll see. I'm really hoping that next week is a little less chaotic, honestly, but we shall see. Anyway, I really, normally, guys, when I find a colour that I like, I go through it throughout the entire house, and this house was very much like blue, like either mint greens or different shades of blues. Yeah, it's very colour themed. I think I like matching things, and I think it makes sense, right? Like, if somebody's like decorating a house, 9 times out of 10 they're going to make sure the house is all nice and coordinated. I mean, obviously bedrooms tend to be a little bit different and stuff, but yeah, like I said, 9 times out of 10 it's probably going to be matching, so I guess it makes sense. But yeah, anyway, let me know when it comes to builds what you guys want me to see, or if you have any suggestions for something I could try and incorporate into my build. Like I said, for this one I did a skylight, but let me know if you had something else that you want me to do, because obviously part of this series is me trying to get better at building. Part of me wants to do one about landscaping or something like that, because I'm not really a landscaper in The Sims. I don't know, but yeah. Also, let me know if you have any video ideas in general. I've been trying to do a few different things at the minute, because it kind of felt like for a little while I was getting into the habit of doing builds and create sims, and then like either a commentary or like a gameplay or something video on a Saturday. But then I was like, I kind of want my videos to go back to what they were when I first restarted the channel, which was like just kind of whatever I felt like at the time. I think truthfully it was just because I was going through a bit of a slump in terms of content and not knowing what to do, which is always really hard. But yeah, I am kind of testing out the content at the minute and trying to work out what I really like and enjoy. I have been uploading a few more commentary videos than I had planned, but honestly, sometimes topics just come up and I just think, yeah, I want to do that, and then I just film it pretty much right there and then. I say pretty much because I do actually tend to do a bit of research for my commentary videos, so that I'm not just talking out my bum for most of it. So because of that, they don't, but I normally, when I get an idea, I film it pretty quick. Like, I research it and film it within normally like the same day, because I'm just like, I don't know, inspired, I guess, to do it. But let me know, because I know that like commentary videos are a bit hit and miss. I mean, I personally really like them, even if people don't share the same opinions. To me, I think that's part of the joy of it. But I know that some people take stuff very seriously, so yeah, let me know if you are still enjoying it. I mean, the videos tend to do pretty well, so that's normally a good sign, but yeah, let me know. Also, like I said, if you've got any topic ideas for that, I normally say this in my commentary videos anyway, but yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know, because sometimes I struggle and sometimes I've got loads and loads of ideas. So yeah, anyway, I feel like I've just spoken so long. I sometimes get really nervous because I don't plan my voiceovers. It's the one thing that like I've never done, even when I used to have my channel way back when. I never really planned out my voiceovers, just because I kind of like it to be authentic, and I don't edit them really for the most part. There might be some hit or misses, if somebody walks in my room or dogs barking or whatever, but 9 times out of 10 I try and make it a bit raw, I guess, because I don't know, that's just the sort of videos I guess I like to watch and listen to. But equally, like, I like listening to people just rambling on. So, I don't know, hopefully I can be your little rambler for the most part. But yeah, anyway, I also normally, in these videos, talk about what I was listening to. And I actually cannot remember for the life of me what I was listening to in this video. I have absolutely no idea. I'm normally watching a YouTube video or something like that, so I would imagine I was doing that. I mean, I have been watching Victoria, which is like it's quite an old British TV show now, but it's on Netflix. I have been rewatching it lately because if there's one thing about me, love a historical drama. But I was trying to think, was I doing anything else? I am a big YouTube person at the minute. To be honest, I love watching food reviews, and I don't really know why, but I do. So I was probably watching something like that. Equally, I've been really getting into my podcast recently, so I could have been listening to a podcast. I don't know. I think I was listening to a podcast. There's this like Davina McCall podcast, which is called Begin Again, and she did an episode with like a brain person. I can't think. Neurologist? Is that somebody that does brain surgery? I don't know, but a brain specialist. And she was talking about like the good foods and all the rest of it that you need for your brain, and how to actually like, you know, exercise your brain basically. And she was also talking about how you can kind of trick your brain when it comes to emotions, which I thought was really interesting. And yeah, I don't know why I'm rambling about that, but I think I might have been trying to finish that off whilst I was doing this. Anyway, if you guys have enjoyed today's video, then please be sure to hit the like and go subscribe if you haven't already. I've been saying this in my last few videos, we are so close to 500 subscribers, and I'd really appreciate it if we could get over that line. It would be really cool. And yeah, I hope you guys, like I said, have enjoyed the little build videos. I love making them, and hopefully I will catch you all in the next one. Okay, I will see you all next time. Bye everyone.